I'm back! So excited to be back, so excited to get videos up and going again. So I can show you guys workouts and stuff I've been doing. Lots of good material to come. Also, since I've been like really rushing my meals and everything because I've been just trying to get as much time to study and like go to the gym as much as possible, I have a really quick and easy meal prepping video for you guys that will either be going up this week or early next week. So excited. I changed my meal plan. What? Brittany changed something? For those of you who don't know, I hate change. Don't do good with it. So this is like epic. So that, and also let's talk for a second before getting into this video. Let's talk for a second about, you know, that a long time ago, like years ago, where I was doing like a heavy leg day, a heavy deadlift day. Probably like to you guys, it's like 2 videos ago. But to me, it's a whole lifetime. But I kind of stopped doing that. Not that I didn't see results. I did. I like really started toning up in my legs and my glutes and loved it. But I just wasn't feeling as motivated to get into the gym because I'm like a very routine person in my life. I like to wake up at the same time every day. I like to do like in the morning, I start my coffee. As my coffee's brewing, I take my dog out to go to the bathroom. Like I'm very organized and scheduled and like a layout. But when it comes to the gym, like I just want to go and do what I want to do. The gym is literally like my playground, and I want to walk in and be like, what looks fun today? Whereas having that routine and like knowing that today I have to do heavy legs or today I have to do a heavy deadlift, or a heavy squat, heavy deadlift. I just didn't enjoy it as much, and I kind of felt like this is something I have to do, not something I want to do. So I did see great results. I loved it. I felt a burn. I felt sore every day from it. I got a lot stronger from it, but I just wasn't feeling that motivation that I like to feel to go to the gym. Like there was days, leg day is my favorite day. My favorite. And I was just like, you know, I don't feel like doing legs today. Which, like, is that even a thing? Who doesn't feel like doing legs today? So now that I'm back on, like, just doing what I want to do, I love legs again. So this video does have a heavy deadlift day. It's the last one of the series on that. So let's get into this video that I made 3 weeks ago. Today we are back at doing a heavier deadlift day for legs, and I think I'm gonna try to max out prior to starting like the heavy leg day. At the end of this video, I'm gonna get into why you would start or how you can start your warm-up with like lighter weight, or how you can start it with heavier weight and the benefits of each. But right now it is time to get this workout started. Enjoy this beautiful, beautiful day. Look at the sun, it's shining, and let's do it. Alrighty guys, like I said, we're gonna start off today with some heavy deadlifts. And yes, it is okay to fail. You know that you're trying to reach your 1 max if you do fail, because then if you finally get it, then it is your 1 repetition max. And if you're unable to go higher than that, then that is your 1 repetition max. So here I was able to get that 1 repetition max. No, my form is not perfect. My shoulder blades do come apart, so my upper back does round a little bit, but my low back generally does stay straight. So now that I got that 1 repetition max, I added 2.5 pounds onto each side to see if I could get a little higher. Unfortunately, I tried it 2 times and wasn't even able to get it off the ground. So I stopped at that and went into my regular 8 repetition round exercise. So I dropped down the weight to a weight that I could do for 8 reps. And we're gonna stay here for 4 sets of 8. And we're not supersetting this with any exercise.
into our first superset, we are going to do total tension squats. So that is when you don't come all the way to the top. I came to the top here because my feet needed to be adjusted, my knees didn't feel right. So you are going to basically stay in a small squat the whole time. See how I'm not going up and fully extending my knees and extending my hips? We're going to stay there for 8 repetitions. Once you finish 8 repetitions, come all the way to the top, and you're going to do 5 full range squats, 5 repetitions of full range squats. And I'm more at a narrow stance, not doing a sumo stance today. You will superset that with a reverse lunge with a kick. So you'll stay down in this lunge position and you are going to kick up for 12 repetitions, and you will do 12 repetitions on each side. I have about a 10-pound weight in my hand just to make the lunge part of it a little harder, but it doesn't really affect the kick. It does take a little bit of balance to do this exercise, but it is very good on those glutes. Moving into our second superset of this workout, we're going to do single leg, straight leg RDLs. I put the band around my knees just to add a little bit more difficulty. We don't have a specific T-bar in our gym, but if you put the bar up against a wall, add some weight, and I like to hold the bar in the opposite hand as the leg that I'm standing on. It helps me balance a little better. But I think if you guys just test it out and see where you're most comfortable and where you feel the most balance, then whatever is most comfortable for you is great. We're going to be staying here for 8 repetitions on each side, and then you're going to repeat that superset 2 more times. The second exercise of this superset, you're still going to be using a kind of T-bar setup, but we're going to hold the bar in the middle of our body, and we're going to go into a goblet squat and then into a sumo deadlift. That's 1 repetition, and we're going to be staying here for 8 repetitions. Make sure that when starting that bar is super close to your body, because if it's far away, then you're going to use a lot of your low back. So make sure you take a couple steps up with your feet after picking up the bar, so that way you're not getting that kind of anterior pull and your arms are staying really close to your body as you lift throughout. Moving into our third and final superset, we are going to start off with back extensions. Like I've stated before, I don't like that these are called back extensions because I don't want you to think you're using your back. You are completely bringing your upper body up with your glutes. We're going to be staying here for 10 repetitions. The second exercise of this superset is going to be hip thrusts. I kept the band around my knees in order to activate my glutes a little better, and these you are going to do very slowly. So you're going to lower down for a count of 3 Mississippi and then raise up. Lower down for 3 Mississippi and raise up. Slow and controlled is going to be the best way to build muscle as well as to tone your muscle. So give this workout a try. We're going to stay here for 10 repetitions, and then you'll repeat that superset 2 more times for a total of 3 rounds.
Alrighty guys, so let's talk about heavy versus light warm-up. Not really sure what's going on here. Let me start with, regardless of whichever one you do, you should still be doing like a dynamic warm-up or some kind of warm-up, body weight warm-up before doing like your warm-up sets. So with a heavy warm-up, you're going to get a kind of different activation. You're going to wake up your muscles very quickly, but you absolutely want to make sure that you're doing a body weight warm-up of that exercise before you do the heavy warm-up. So for example, If you're gonna do deadlifts like I did today, and I started with heavy weight warm up to do 1 repetition max, then you want to make sure that you do a body weight warm up of that. So I did body weight deadlifts before going in and starting with trying to do 1 repetition max or heavy warm up. So with a light weight warm up, you're going to build up to the weight that you want to do your sets at. So if you wanted to do squats with 45 pounds on each side, then you would start, say, with like 25 pounds on each side and do like 10 squats, go up to 35 pounds, do another 10, and then get to your 45. This is gonna warm up your muscles in the way that you want to use them, which is how you kind of want to be warming them up, so that way they're awake and they know what motion they should be performing. With the heavy weight warm up, like I said, you're gonna instantly wake your muscles up, but then when you drop down to the weight that you want to do your set at, it's gonna feel a lot easier. So you're gonna either feel like you can do more, or it's just gonna feel easier to work your body through that range of motion. For me personally, I didn't enjoy doing heavyweight warm up for deadlifts today. It was really difficult for me when I dropped the weight and got to my normal weight that I wanted to do my sets at. I was able to increase my weight today though, so maybe that's because I started with that heavyweight warm up. I don't know. I just didn't really like the way that my body felt going into my normal weight, because it felt really hard to go into my normal weight rather than doing the heavy weight. Whereas with squats, I actually really enjoy doing a heavyweight warm up and then dropping it down. And part of me thinks that that's because squats are such an innate motion to be doing. I mean, we squat when we get into a seated position in a chair and when we're standing up from a chair. So squats are just something that's very natural to the body to perform. So when I do that heavy weight squat, it just feels heavy. It doesn't feel abnormal, whereas doing a heavy deadlift kind of felt like a little awkward, and I really had to think about my body position and things like that. But if you're doing things that include deadlifts all day, like a mailman and someone who delivers packages, and you have to pick up packages all day long from the ground, then a heavyweight warm-up for your deadlift might be something that you like. I do notice that squats feel so much easier when I do a heavyweight warm-up compared to a lightweight warm-up. And I can usually increase my weight when I do a heavyweight warm-up, because my muscles are just like really woken up and ready to go. I hope you guys enjoyed this workout today, and I will continue to keep updating you on how this whole building / cutting at the same time thing is going. So far I like it, but it's hard work. So we'll see. I'll see you guys later.